We are back now with the 3-year-olds. Obviously, our Ontario breds are waiting in the wings, ready to go. They'll be trained up really, really tight over the next 2 weeks. Only thing I told our trainers, it's May 1st. I told them all yesterday, I want every horse at racing shape on May 20th in Ontario, the 3-year-olds. I want them all ready to go. I don't want to hear any excuses or say, need a couple more weeks. You have 3 weeks right now to have them all ready, and I expect every single 3-year-old to be ready on May 20th. So we'll start now with Adrenaline Rush. Obviously, he qualified once in 58. I was looking to come back in 55 with him. He trained in 2.5 this week, last week. Probably take him to Mohawk and train him in 57 or 58. We really don't have to. Probably go a mile in 2 minutes this week, come back in 57, which would be the 14th-ish. So Adrenaline Rush is ready to go and will continue to be ready to go. Barbie's Crown, she has put weight on. I know I'm really just talking to Steve. I was happy with her last qualifier. To be frank, I would love to be able to go over there and qualify her on the 20th. But she doesn't have to qualify. So I would love to go over and race her first start. Let's see what happens, how quickly they are to get on the bandwagon here of letting people cross the border that are vaccinated. I suspect now the CDC has said vaccinated people can travel throughout the U.S. One, be outside without a mask on, and two, travel throughout the U.S. Without having to worrying about quarantining or being persecuted in any way. So when they move that, it's a tricky, slippery slope, right? Because there's a lot of politics that goes on here. I don't know if you're going to see the border open right away. All we really need to do is relax the exemption rules to the way they had them last year, and I'd be fine. If they do that, then I'd be happy maybe to go over there and go with a couple of the horses, and I'd love to be able to have our family go back and forth if they wanted to this year also, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. As of right now, it's lockdown heavy in Ontario, and our horses are staying ready. So Barbie's Crown will be ready to go on May 20th. She's in Harry's Burn right now. I think that's a great spot for her. They'll go easy with her, put some weight on her. I'd expect and hope, as I said, forcefully told everybody May 20th, I want them all ready to go. Better's Hope going to the vet this week. He was running in last time. James trained him fast. I was happy with the way I saw him qualify. When I saw him qualify, there were some areas I thought we could work on. He is on the right line. He does run in a little bit. Let's see what the vet finds on Tuesday. Him and I had one other one. Archer's Rainbow's going to go over. So Better's Hope going over Tuesday. Blue Monk will, obviously was racing. He's going to stay ready to go. Interested to see what he's going to do. We castrated him, worked on him. He was a winner 2 starts in a row in 58, so we'll see how he comes back. A little time off may have helped him also. Braemar, I said the other day, I wasn't thrilled with the way he raced, but at the same time, we have tons and tons of avenues for this guy. I'm thinking he may race once more in the Meadows, but he'll likely be headed to Plainridge Racecourse. I think that's a great fit for that horse. Brilliant Corners, racing in Ontario. He'll be ready to go May 20th for sure. He was pretty well ready. All Harry's horses were ready to go when the lockdown hit, so I suspect they'll be ready to go again when it's up. Broadway Roll is in to go this week at Saratoga. I talked to Mark Beckwith a little bit this morning. He said that something did blow out of that left front. Worked on her right hind also. He thinks she's ready to go for this week. Can't Muscle Me qualified in 2-2. I was happy with her qualifiers. Really happy with this filly. I would like to see her race 4 or 5 times, but I don't know when they're going to be able to start the OSS. To think that she's just going to qualify and be ready to go on the grassroots is maybe much for her, but we'll see. We will see. First Glance is ready to go. I know Mario's going to go over and train him in 59 or 2 minutes this week at Mohawk. Fox Valley Britska. I talked to Mike, one of my partners on Fox Valley Britska the other day. Can we send him Rob Fellows? Kyle Fellows has a barn there right now. Jason Brewer races in Indiana also. Good friend of mine also. So we have options. Travis is here. I was going to send Italian Grit, Fox Valley Britska, and That's My Girl when we get her qualified. I was going to send all 3 of them to Indiana to race. Still an option. I mean, she trained so good the other day. I could easily qualify her on Thursday, but we'll see. I don't really want to interrupt her schedule. I was very happy with her the other day. Let's see how she looks this week. Where are we at now? Frilly Fringes is going to race Wednesday in Ohio. She's got a lot of work to do to catch up. I mean, you saw One My Heart Hanover turn into a nice filly. She was on the exact same schedule as Frilly Fringes, and the other filly just fell apart. So I expect a lot more from Frilly Fringes this week. Gray has the new red. Take nothing away from her. I thought she raced good the other day. She would have been third place second last night. She was only beat a hair for third. Now she was a ways back, probably pace 58, but looked okay. You know, does this change my mind about the sale? Not really, not yet. But we'll see how she races. She's still got the final coming up also. GW Chrome, he's got to do some work this week to get in the final. This horse, I saw what had happened last week. He was running in a little bit. Right hock was bothering him. Not shocking. And also he's full of mucus. We can clean that mucus up. We did the vet work on him. I expect good things from GW Chrome this week. Holy Chick blew that nasty abscess out of her hock. It was gross. So how did that happen? Great question. So Holy Chick has always got to that jack. Hit that jack, hit that jack, hit that jack. Sometimes those bruises, obviously his broken blood vessels, his blood, can turn into an abscess in there. And it's not a very strong one like they will like they have in their feet, and it'll fester in there. It has to fester in there until it can blow out. It was deep. It looked like a puncture wound. So the vet has actually put a drain in there to clean that entire area out, which is good. But it will keep her away from the track for a couple weeks maybe. We'll see how she looks this week. She definitely won't be racing this Wednesday, but she'll be racing soon. And I'm very happy with what I saw from what came out of that jack. Where else are we at now? There's Chick. Glary M raced good. She touched her jack the other day too. We changed her shoes up this week. I'm interested to see how she's going to race. I'll be there driving Holy Chick. Hunter is going to drive One My Heart Hanover in the same race. Or not Holy Chick, sorry. Glary M. Hunter is going to be driving One My Heart Hanover from the rail. So Glary M. Well, that shoeing change was necessitated by a mark. She marked her boot, blew her leg up a little bit. So she hit up high. A totally different thing than Holy Chick. Just need to clean that out. But she's coming. She looks good. I'm a Lovely Lady raced great the other day. Just picked off the wire in 58 at Miami Valley. It was a windy day. That's why we went quick down the backstretch and slow on the end of it. Ultimately, last half in 57.4 was a good last half for her. Just got beat. I need a little more defense on the end of it, but very happy with the way she raced. Italian Grit made a very unusual break the other night. It's not like him to make a break. And I slowed down the video and looked at it a couple of times. I'm almost positive I know what took place. He wore bell boots and knee boots. I think he just caught the knee boot with the bell boot on his foot. And you can see him kind of lose his gait just for a shutter second, and that precipitated that break. It's pretty simple to take the bell boots off him. So that's what we'll do this week. I don't think there'll be any problems this week with him. Jazzy Judy, I trained her Wednesday, I believe. Tuesday, Wednesday. I thought she trained great. She's been great. Very excited to see this filly get back. Her first stake race is June 15th or somewhere around there. She'll be ready to go by then. Keystone Raven is in the sale. I jumped over, cut the line, didn't I? I did. I miss her. Well, we'll talk about them both because they're both headed to the sale. How's that? Cut the Line and Keystone Raven are both headed to the May 11th sale in Ohio. Just didn't turn out the way we wanted them. Both very, very well-bred fillies. One by Better Than Cheddar, one by Better's Delight. I thought somebody might buy one or both of them as broodmares, to be honest, but it didn't work out. So they'll be sold May 11th regardless. There'll be no reserve put on these horses on May 11th. Miss Meringue blistered up that hind leg a little bit. Still a little roughness looking in that hind leg. So rather than change her gear and make her trot, just want to keep an eye on her. Her and Roseland Why Not were probably looking for a start date of likely mid-June. So they'll be ready for the first Ferris and the second Buckeye. Mama Knows Best was awesome yesterday. Awesome. I was going to say one looked better than the other, but truthfully speaking, they both look very good. Very, very pleased with both of these fillies. Mama Knows Best looked very, very good yesterday. Couldn't have asked her to do more. Just as quiet as a kitten. You know, and somebody said, well, she had room down the lane. Yeah, but one, there's a headwind. Two, Mama Knows Best isn't known for her sprinting on the end of the mile. She got out and charged at them as best she could and come up short, but raced great. Very impressed with her yesterday. My Jazz will be back, as I said multiple times in multiple videos. She'll be back very, very soon. Yes, she had a foot abscess. Yes, it was what caused the two scratches for her. Two different pus pockets, but they're both cleaned up now. Now it's just a matter of getting her a little more comfortable. So it'd be like ripping your nail in a nasty way. It doesn't look like a bad injury, but you can't work with it, right? There's a picture for the Jay Happ. That time, remember getting the blister on his finger? You wouldn't think a blister on a finger would keep a guy from doing his job, but very similar thing. They will heal. There'll be no problems. But the timing of it all, as I said, caused the scratches. No Free Lunch will be ready to go. Northern Blizzard, both these horses are ready to rock. Northern Blizzard trained in 2-4 last week at Tomiko Training Center. I suspect to be rolling him over to Mohawk to train in 2 minutes or 2-1 this coming week. No Free Lunch was ready to go and continues to be ready to go. Perfect Record is racing Monday in Saratoga. Push through, don't let him do that. Perfect Record is racing Monday in Saratoga and has been racing, raced great at the Meadowlands his first start, and then he made a break his second start. He's going to be racing tomorrow. Mark Beckwith trained him in 2-1 last week after he made the break at Saratoga, so this will be his new kind of home track. He should be fine. He should be fine for this Monday. Hold on one sec, babes. Rose Run Why Not, again, looking for the first part of June with her. She just wasn't perfect and ready to go, but she's close. She's close. Cyrus Blue Chip was fourth. Pace 55. Vernon Downs is like racing downhill. Pace 55. We are going to sell Cyrus Blue Chip, right? He's not going to be a stable horse. So we'll likely, Mr. Beckwith believes he can win the maiden at Plainridge with him. They went 57, or at least put a good line on him. Put a few more dollars together, and then we'll sell him. I'm going to think $7,000 or $8,000 is what we're going to probably get for Cyrus Blue Chip. Very well-bred horse. It just didn't work out for him, and we did everything to get him there. We got him there. It's just not quite good enough. So Admirable's racing on Wednesday. I know Mark, I talked to him also. He said, can I let her hobbles out? I said, Mark, you train the filly now. You do whatever you want. He said, she just goes with such a short hobble and gets bumpy sometimes. I'd like to let them out. If you train her hard and you think she can go with a longer hobble, then let them out by all means. So that's the plan. I'm watching that race to see if she gets rough on Wednesday on Mark, but he thinks she can go with a longer hobble, so let's see. Sweet Ambitions, a piss poor mile, excuse my language, the other day. Raced terrible off such a great mile the week before. It's a wonder they didn't string Tim up in the barn area after that. Went out and won at 56 with no justification for a mile in 56, and then come back with a poor mile the week after. It's never ideal in any way. So she did bleed. She was put on Lasix. We did train her up. We're going to train her hard this week, and she'll be racing on Wednesday at the Meadows. Tanzanite Tricks, I'm happy. I saw some pictures of her. She's put some weight on. This time off would do some good for her. So I suspect probably, maybe not this week, but next week, go to Mohawk. Train her up a little bit, go to Mohawk, train her in 2-2 or 2-3, and then put her in to go. Not there yet. That's My Girl, trained fantastic the other day. 2-1 last half, 57-4, 58. She looked really, really good. She's ready to rock. Tipsy and Dixie has been ready to go since the lockdown. She's ready. Walk on the Moon is going to Mohawk Saturday to train in 59 or 2 minutes. He's ready to go. War We Welcome. She's racing. What day am I in? Tuesday or Monday? I think you're right. Tuesday she's supposed to race at Northfield Park. I trained her in 2-4, come a half in 58 on Friday. I thought she looked awesome. The vet found a few little things he wanted to do with her. He did them. She's in to go Tuesday. I expect a good mile. 15-1 morning line in a maiden out of the 7-hole at Northfield. She'll be coming forward out of the gate, and I suspect she'll probably be pretty good at Northfield on Tuesday. Well and Down. I can't say enough. This filly, it wasn't her fault. Pitched that mile right out. Pitched the whole race out. Forget it ever happened. It certainly wasn't her fault. I've been very, very happy with this filly all along, and I continue to be right now. And won my heart, Hanover. Just an extremely good mile out of her the other day. I'm so happy to see this filly coming forward, racing the way she did. She didn't just gut up to win. I know there was some interference, but she was still going to win, but went by the horses and trotted away from them. That's a big step for this filly because that's the first time she's ever done it. Just really pleased, really happy. Top to bottom, I'm pretty happy with our 3-year-olds at the stable. We'll be back to talk about the 2-year-olds in just a minute. But overall, 3-year-olds, everything looking good right now.